We're out here at Birkenhead Skatepark. This is the facility that we worked on back in 2017 as a renewal project with Auckland City Council. Essentially when the project started with the council, we told them that at the moment it is quite a DIY sort of facility. So you could either go in one direction, kind of embrace that whole type of environment and kind of feed it and let it develop more, or just pretty much start from scratch and do a whole new facility. And in the end it was decided just to go with a whole new facility. We were given a bit of a budget to work with, so I talked with the local users and kind of came up with an environment that encapsulated features of that sort of time, but also adhering to the budget for the facility. Before we started on the facility, there was a couple old mini ramps that were quite tweaky to skate, and then very rough ground everywhere, some old concrete features dotted across the slab, a bit of a quarter pipe feature in the corner, and some other DIY bits and pieces that had been plonked around. I think the old DIY park did cater for a broad spectrum of users. There were low rails and I think parking curbs and things like that for those beginners. But then there were also like bigger features like the pyramid, which you could do ramp to ramp tricks across, or just the mini ramps, which were just really more for advanced users. So those sorts of things. So there was that spectrum of features in the environment. In terms of how skate park environments have developed since the 90s, I think there's become like more active users involved in the design and construction processes, so we're now getting like much better outcomes. Before there weren't really people like us involved, and so the design would go to a landscape architect who would design it, but doesn't really skate, knows what a skate park looks like, and will design it kind of to look like a skate park. And then it will get given to a contractor to build who doesn't skate, and so they'll just build whatever's put in front of them and don't really understand the fine details of skate park construction. Since those days, people have kind of wised up, because putting money into assets like that and then them to not then get used is a problem for the council. So then they've started to engage the right people, and we've seen like better outcomes. I think for skateboarders to get things happening in the community is just to make the noise and to go and talk to the people and tell them what assets you need, like what your community needs, and really keep following through with what you need, because I think sometimes people they hit that first wall and then they kind of stop and then they won't go further. And then things won't happen. In other cases, some communities are quite lucky and the councils and local boards are just on board. Kind of the funding and stuff happens quite quickly, and then next minute you've got a skate park. I've designed stuff and things have been built and I can see it works, but I'll make changes next time because I know how it will make it better. In Auckland City, there is kind of probably a current lack of investment. We do need bigger and better facilities, and it's not really happening at the moment. There are advances towards it, but some of the budgets that I've heard of getting put forward as to create a facility are not near as what is needed to do it. There'll be a bit of advocacy there, probably more, I don't know, it needs to be probably a few levels up to really get the better funding trickling down.